I told you there would be a November surprise. I just did not know that Nintendo would be surprising us like this. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. I promise you, I'm doing the hand motions. You can see them in your head, but I'm just an audio being today. I'm a voice from above, below, left, right. I guess wherever you want me to be. Throw me diagonal if you feel like it. There's no rules here. We're talking about a surprise Nintendo Direct in November. Kind of unheard of, maybe even actually literally unheard of. I'll have to look at the list, but this is very cool, exciting news, and we have all sorts of Pokemon stuff to discuss. Sonic Frontiers reviews dropped, and we are dropping in to a brand new week. So make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy these videos, and if you want to high five my ethereal form. The high five will probably feel like nothing, but it's there. It's happening. And it's there. It's also happening that the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks are beginning. The deluge of information is starting, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you here. I just want to kind of talk around it, touch on it a little bit, dance a bit around some of this awesome stuff actually that's happening, and let you know to be careful, because you're going to see full-on Pokemon, full-on evolutions, opening cutscene, story plot points, screenshots, probably endgame stuff at some point later this week. It's going to start just coming in big full form, and all of these people have to watch their backs because I don't know, Ash Ketchum and Gary are going to be throwing their best master balls to try and capture these people into jail. But right now, Nintendo officially revealed Gimmighoul, who is a tiny coin Pokemon. Like him a lot. Man, do I like some of the other Pokemon even better. Some Paldea region forms have been seen. Some exclusive Pokemon to Gen 9 have been seen. I'm not going to show you them. I don't want to ruin it for you, but let me just say, flamingos and parrots, it feels like paradise. There are some really great Gen 1 designs that feel like they have used animal-type Pokemon that we haven't seen very much, if at all, in the Pokemon universe, and created a very simplistic, basic, organic design that just works for me. Just know that this will be a big hub for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I will be bringing you the best coverage I possibly can for this Switch, hopefully, masterpiece. Now, is Sonic Frontiers a masterpiece? A question that I have pondered every day for months now, ever since my vomit debacle back over the summer. Sonic apparently, though, has improved. Initially, people were very skeptical of this game, but it landed today with a 73 on Metacritic. Now, that's not like crazy impressive or anything, but what is impressive is that a number of big sites have given this game very high marks. There's some very low scores that are pulling down this average. We're talking like a couple 20s, 40, that's a 4 out of 10. But you do have some big, solid 8 out of 10s. One in particular that I'm going to mention is from VGC, Video Game Chronicle. And they said, Sonic Frontiers' final form is a brilliantly refreshing adventure that gives the series a much-needed shakeup. Occasional control and camera quirks still pop their head up, but they appear far less frequently than Sonic fans will be used to, making for a much less frustrating experience overall. Now, some other reviews have called the game out for being tedious, a bit boring, and, a first foray into open world. So you kind of have to read between the lines and see, is it because the game is really fun, or is it because it's a Sonic game that's doing something different, and compared to other Sonic games, maybe it is making positive strides. Well, I am playing the game for myself right now, as we speak. Like, literally, I'm playing it. That's why I'm audio only, baby. Double time. Multitasking. Anyhow, I'll give you my Sonic Frontiers Switch review so you can figure out exactly if this is worth buying, if this is worth playing. And the reviews, though, man, I'm impressed. I thought this could potentially be a disastrous launch, especially with the one-day review embargo. We talked about this, how the reviews are out less than 24 hours before the game drops, and that's usually a bit of a worrying sign. But it seems like, hey, this may not be a masterpiece, but it has panned out to be a pretty cool new Sonic game. And I'm telling you, I posted this on Twitter, this is the first time since before COVID that I feel like there are so many awesome games during the holiday season all at once. You got your Bayonettas, you got your Mario Rabbids, you got your God of Wars, you got your Sonic Frontiers, and so much more. The holiday season is just getting started, Pokemon's right around the corner, and we got too much to play. Always a great feeling. I love that overwhelm. I mean, I know overwhelm is normally stressful, anxiety-inducing, not something you want, but I'll take video game overwhelm. Give me that video game overwhelm. Hook it up, man. I don't need no freaking anecdote. Oh, I definitely don't need an anecdote, but I don't need an antidote to the video game overwhelm. The anecdote I have for you is that I'm real sleepy. I'm on the road right now, and I got 2 hours of sleep, hence my confusion between antidote and anecdote. All right, let's roll into what you really want to know, what you really want to see, where you really want to go, which is this surprise Nintendo Direct that's out of nowhere. All right, I want to talk to you about this because I'm looking back. December 15th, 2021, we had an Indie Direct. Nothing in November. We had an Animal Crossing Direct in October that was announcing Update 2.0. Nothing in November. Let's go back to 2020. We had a December 15th Indie Direct, and we had a freaking October 28th Direct Mini. Nothing in November. Let's go back to 2019. There was Indie World, December 10th, and the Nintendo Direct, September 4th. November stays pure. Okay, there was a Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct, November 1st, 2018. Nintendo just squeezed that one and scooched it into November. It was like, hey, October, how you doing? Nope, it's Halloween. All right, November it is. But basically, Nintendo doesn't really like to do much in November. And bam, tham, wham, thank you, ma'am. We are here with a Nintendo Direct Indie World presentation, November 9th. That's going to be Wednesday after Election Day, 25 minutes at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. This is going to bring a close to the year of 2022 for Nintendo. This will be their last big presentation. There will not be, well, I don't think there will be anything in December. I mean, why are they moving this to November? Probably because there's some indie games that still need release dates. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could one of the big ones squeeze into the 2022 calendar year? The answer is most likely not. Now look, I would be open to any sort of surprise. You know I love that stuff, but Hollow Knight Silksong and Sports Story are probably not going to be here. One, we're closing out the year, and those games probably want a bit more hype and a bit more of a big cycle to launch them, as they're important titles for their respective developers, publishers, and Nintendo themselves. Also, Nintendo does not double dip in Indie Worlds. We do not typically see a game twice. It's very rare, and I think Hollow Knight, as we all know, has probably graduated to regular Direct status. I don't think we're going to see it there. I'd love to be surprised, but I bet there's some other solid, cool indie games that are coming out, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on, probably tomorrow, about what I really want to see and what I'm really hoping for and what games could come. It Takes Two arrived on Switch this week, and it sounds like that is a fantastic port. So, hey, I mean, as we always say, if they do it right, you can make it work on Switch. And there's some indies that I would love to see, particularly freaking Inscription. That is the one. Make it happen. Bring it. Stealth drop. Release day. Boom. Thank you. But we'll see. 25 minutes is going to be good on Wednesday. We'll obviously be covering that and letting you know. Let me know in the comments if there's any special indie games you really want to see. I know everybody's going to be like, Hollow Knight, Sports Story. That's what we want. I know that's what you want. It's what I want. We haven't heard from those games in so long. And I don't want to give you any nugget of anything. Microsoft posted this picture at their E3 presentation. And they talked about Hollow Knight. Remember, we saw a trailer for Hollow Knight Silksong. It was the first time we saw it in forever. And then they put up this graphic, and it was like, all these games will be out in the next year, next 12 months or whatever. And Hollow Knight was on there, but there was no release date. I feel like Nintendo wants to announce the release date, and it's probably an early 2023 Direct announcement. This is probably like their February Direct, one of their big moments, right, for Nintendo, and it's coming out in April, or it's coming out in May, or it's coming out in July, or it's next fall. I don't know. I have no idea how far behind this game is, given what's gone on the past couple years, what's transpired in game development and slowing everything up and causing delays. But could Nintendo squeeze a release date in here? They could. If they want to do the coolest thing in gaming ever this year, this decade, stealth drop it. Stealth dropping Hollow Knight Silksong would go a long way to being just one of Nintendo's greatest fan-centric moments of all time. Probably incredibly unlikely. Like, I would not even bet 2 quarters on it, maybe like a dime, but that's about it. Hollow Knight is also coming to other platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, so it's probably a bigger deal than just a stealth drop. I mean, it definitely is, but one can dream. Sonic Frontiers out of nowhere is turned out to be really fun for a lot of people. There's a lot of 8s on this game, even a 9 from Shack News and a 9 from Attack of the Fanboy. That is really good to see. It makes me even more eager to dive back into the game, so I'm going to go back to it. Indie World, though, this Wednesday, a great way to cap off the year. Does Nintendo have something special for December? I mean, maybe Advance Wars. That's all I can think of, but it's probably just based on the indie release schedule. They want to get this show on the road and get some games out there before the Black Friday holiday rush. I bet there's some indies that are really eager to get some shine, get some spotlight, and that's probably why Nintendo's moved into November. Although it's weird, because Nintendo typically does do December. Anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you're pumped for Sonic, if you've seen those Pokemon leaks. Wink twice. If you don't want to see the Pokemon links, don't wink. I can't see you anyways. Anyhow, thanks everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, love you all lots. SwitchForce out.